taking all this shame and I'm not taking all this embarrassment just for myself. I'm going to share all the love with you. And the way I've started doing that, and it's really weird, it sounds like it's terrible parenting, but actually it works, and I think she finds it quite funny by the end of it. I just get my phone out and I start filming her and say, like, I'm going to show you this on your wedding day. It's like, this is ridiculous. I'm not laughing at her, I'm trying to laugh with her at the situation. So I'm trying to take her out of this whole vicious mindset of being angry. I talk out loud, I say, like, baby, you are completely showing me up here. This is so embarrassing. And I just say it, I shout it out loud. I shout it for those people, those naysayers who are like staring at me anyway. So it's like, yeah, it's cool. Completely embarrassing them. The situation, it's fine. And the more I say that, the more I feel comfortable about it, the less stress I feel my blood pressure goes down. I'm trying to make it just see the funny side of it, and I think if you can just see it as a funny side and not be angry at them for doing it, then it makes it a whole lot easier. And she does get embarrassed. I think, you know, little ones, we don't give them enough credit for how much they're understanding and how much they're feeling. Even though they can't express themselves that well, they do feel it. And after a while she stops, she gets really embarrassed and she just kind of looks around and just shuffles off, and it kind of dissipates. It's the funniest thing, and if you let it, it will be humiliating. If not, you can turn it around and it's just a funny situation. And when I do this, I actually feel other people, the people are staring around, they don't stare at you the same way. There's a little bit more compassion there. They might find it a bit funny too, a bit curious, definitely odd because they don't see other people doing that, and they kind of, it's okay. It makes diffuses the whole situation. So there. 1, embrace. 2, is distraction, good old distraction. Now, my mum's told me this so many times, I've heard loads of people say this, and I've never believed it. I've never thought, you know, that you should distract them. For me, when they said, oh, just distract them with something, you know, show them a toy, give them something else, I'm saying, you're giving in to them. You're completely giving in to their tantrum. You're saying, oh, it's okay to have a tantrum, you'll get something out of it. Aren't I actually teaching them something? Hey, Sam, how are you? I can't sign for this, oh my gosh. But thank you anyway for the thumbs up. What was I saying? Yeah, distraction. So I thought, actually, if you give in to them like this, then you're just saying that what you're doing is completely okay. When it's not okay. You can't just have a tantrum and then I give you a prize for it. So I never used to do that. I never bought into it until I kind of had to. You know, I hadn't actually embraced the public humiliation thing yet, and I did just really want it to stop. It's just like, just stop this whole thing. And so one of my friends just said, look, when you know, show them this, take them away, do this, and it really, really works. So I have completely done a U-turn on my opinion on this one. I think if you can distract them, it gets them out of that angry mindset. Do a geographical, literally pick them up or walk them out and just say, okay, look, we're not in this angry space, we're going over here, and I'm gonna show you this thing. There's a shop over there with something really cool in it. We're gonna go see that. And even though I really still kind of disagree with that, it gets them out of that angry mindset. So the whole like teaching them that having a tantrum is okay and you get a reward for it is not good, but it does stop it there. And this is, I suppose what I'm trying to say is it gets them out of that loop. Does anyone know Caesar the dog trainer, right? Does anyone know Caesar the dog trainer? He's this really awesome guy who trains unruly dogs, and this is terrible to make a parallel between dog training and parenting, but I swear at this point really makes sense. Dogs are really angry, they get into this yappy, they're barking at the telly or a person, you don't even know what, after a while they don't even know why they're barking. They're just angry, and they're full of angry hormones. They're just in this horrible mindset, this horrible place, and it's almost like they can't get out of it themselves. So what Caesar does, and I'm not saying do not do this with your kids, but what Caesar does is that he just snaps them out of it. He says, and he does that every time they start barking, and it shocks them. It completely stops them in their bark, and it snaps them out of this horrible mindset, and they can relax. They can take a step back and realize, wait, what am I doing? Why is this happening? And that actually calms them down. That's the whole same thing with distraction. I think it's not waiting until it gets to the phase where they're screaming and they're on the floor and you're tearing your hair out. That's too late, and I think then you would be rewarding a tantrum with a prize. But if it's before that, you can see where it's going. After a while, you kind of feel this thing happening. You kind of know where it's going. Before it gets to that stage, before it gets to that cutoff point, that's when it works.